Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? Well, with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills. Wait, did I say job title yet? Get started today and see how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. We'll even give you a $100 credit on your next campaign. Get started at linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply.
Reality radio for a really great future. We're talking real money.
Is it time? It's time for another Talking Real Money podcast. Oh my gosh, thank goodness it's been so long, like a whole day. Hi everybody, it's Talking Real Money, the podcast, and I am one of your two hosts. I'm the Florida one. I'm Don McDonald, and I know you guys get us confused. I'm not sure how. He's the Washington one. He's the Seattle area
I'm
one.
hoping I wake up one day and my voice is like yours. I'm just hoping.
That's
a long
sleep
sleep one
That's
night.
only in the death rattle where you're
I finally got Don McDonald's voice. Damn it. Too late.
last second.
Yeah, oh well.
All right, so we're gathered, dearly beloved. We are gathered together on this edition of the Talking Real Money podcast to help you understand what's going on with the big, beautiful bill and your taxes. So what kind of breaks are they getting, Tom?
Well, it's big. It's a big number.
Big
$4
breaks.
trillion.
It's the big, beautiful bill.
Yeah, I guess. The existing rates and brackets, those become permanent, right?
Well,
until
can we
somebody
not
else
use
comes
the
along.
word permanent?
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Until the next administration.
Yeah. And you don't have to pay taxes on tips and overtime.
Okay. I
don't get a lot of tips. I don't know
Can
about
I get
you, but
Can I get silly? Can I get political actually? This isn't even
get
political.
any way you like.
What? Why are we exempting tips and overtime?
And by the way, I think this is effective. That's effective 2025, right?
That's what I heard.
I'm glad I don't have to sit around and figure that out. Don't ask me the whys of this,
Why
please.
shouldn't I get, for the 40 hours I put in before the overtime, why should I pay taxes on that? What's the difference?
Yeah, good luck. There's the Social Security reduction.
Is it pandering? Can I go back to that? Is it pandering?
Let's just, again.
Okay, go ahead.
You're going to veer off into a place that
I do. I can't help myself.
Cliff. $6,000 for each person who's getting Social Security over the age of 65, and a household of 12,000. I think, right? You get that.
It's two people, 12,000. Yeah. However, there are some qualifiers that go with that.
Yeah. So go ahead.
For an individual tax filer, your adjusted gross income must be 75,000 or less to get the full standard deduction,
or 150.
150 for a couple, and it phases out.
Where's it end? We discussed this earlier in the pre-show discussion, but I don't know that I heard the number.
At 175 for singles, 250 for couples. So if your modified adjusted gross income is $250,000 or more, you get zero. Zero.
Yeah.
And by the way, that says that's effective for the tax year 2025. That's
most of it is. Yeah, that's kind of surprising. Oh, by the way, the other good news, frankly, on the Social Security reduction is you do not have to itemize to get that. We can use the standard deduction and then add in the subtraction for Social Security.
And you and I both took the Wall Street Journal do you know your tax bill quiz.
Why do you have to go there?
What is the standard deduction for a couple?
I got it
just
wrong.
Took the test.
I know, and I got it wrong, and they gave you the answer. I only got 4 out of 10 right, so maybe I shouldn't be the guy talking about this on the program today.
I think.
Isn't it?
I think it's 31,000. But, I may have gotten that one wrong. No, I think I got that one right. But now, of course, a few minutes later, I've forgotten.
I know. I don't remember that. While you're doing that, I'll also point out that the child tax credit has been boosted to $2,200. And then you get the $1,000 for every child born in 2025, 2026, 2027, and 2028 that goes into the little savings account for them, which you can add to. We'll talk more about that in a minute.
All right. I got the standard deductions for you.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Okay.
No wonder people get this one wrong.
Yeah. How much?
Let's see. Well, I want to make sure I'm in the right year. I got to tell you, it's very confusing because I believe married filing jointly, it's 29.2 if you're under 65.
29.2. Okay.
I think.
All right.
And I think it's 32 if you're over 65. Couple.
Okay. Fair enough.
think.
I think this is the bigger one that got a lot of attention while they're negotiating all this, but gotten less now, it feels. That is the SALT deductions, right? State
all right.
and
Now,
local taxes.
Thank you for telling us what the acronym means. Because didn't we have a strategic arms limitation treaty?
That's so funny. When they started talking SALT, I was like, who's shooting who? Here, anyway. It quadrupled.
That shows how old we are.
I know. SALT 1, SALT 2.
Wasn't that Reagan?
I think it was Nixon, actually.
Oh, my gosh, we're even older.
I know. Let's just leave it there. $40,000 for the seasoning reduction SALT.
All right, now, but what is included in that?
That's what I said, state and
you're
local.
thinking
So
state and
here in
local
the great-
taxes,
Yep.
but is that just state and local income taxes?
Nope.
Or what is
Here
that?
in the great state of Washington, that would include property taxes. So that's a pretty significant number there, property. And then I think in the years past, before they put this limit on, my CPA, I believe, just had some sort of way to estimate how much I paid in state sales tax based on my income. I believe there was some calculation that she did. But I think that only lasts for 4 years, 5. That's what I said. I hate this because it's good for now for 15 minutes and then they'll change it soon. But I think it's 4 years and then it goes back to the 10,000. That's how they get the stuff approved, right? It's only temporary. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out if sales is included. I don't know that.
Yeah, it is. State sales
is it?
taxes. Yeah.
Because the list I'm looking at says state and local. Yeah. Oh, there they are. There they are. Yeah. State and local income. Yeah. State and local sales. Yeah. Oh, you didn't read the law.
No. What's the law say?
Okay, so if it's or state and local income tax or state and local sales tax. So if you're in a state that has both a state or local income tax and state and local sales taxes, you can't deduct both.
Yeah. Here for me, again, it would be property tax plus sales tax.
Yeah, because you and I live in a no income tax state.
Correct. So it's a big deal. In fact, I ran my bill, and it's going to be substantial savings. I feel tax guilt, to be honest with you, because I'm going to get a reduction that my grandkids and great-grandkids are going to have to pay for. So I don't know how else to put it.
Are you feeling guilty?
I do.
If you're feeling guilty, here's what you can do.
Oh, okay, please.
Well, and we're only 6 months from Christmas. Just a little under. Less than a half a year till Christmas. So for those kids who you feel guilty about leaving with a huge national debt, why not make it up to them with a little note, say, and to make up for all the money that you're going to have to pay in taxes later on, here's a nice Roth IRA contribution.
For my great-grandkids?
For your grandkids and your great-grandkids or whatever. You don't have great-grandkids yet.
No, I don't. I have grandkids. Didn't Paul do like that thing with the several $1,000s for his grandkid when they were born or something? And then when they were 65,
he did some complex, going to make them rich when they're older, trust or something. Yes.
All right. So those are some of the things. But then I mentioned this briefly, this savings, this kid account, right, that the government, I'm not going to say it, the kid account that's $1,000 for every eligible newborn. So there's one in our family, not me, but my son, my granddaughter. She will be getting the $1,000.
When do they have to be born?
2025 through 2028.
So anytime in 2025. Yep. So if they've already been born in 2025, it's good.
That's right. Yep.
And they get a bonus just for taking a breath out of the womb.
That's right. And the money
what do they call this?
Tax deferred. I don't know what they haven't come up with a name yet. They don't have a name for it yet.
It's like a payment. It has a name. I thought. Didn't it have a name?
Yeah.
You sure?
Name. You're really just going to push me, aren't you? You're having too much fun. And if you'd like, here's the question at hand, I think.
I get in trouble all the time, by the way, sir.
It's about time that I
So it's about time you got some of the grief. You can't say the word, can you?
No.
Come on.
Here's the thing. Parents and others can chip in $5,000 a year to the accounts. Now, the question I have for you, sir, is, does it make sense to do that or 529, which, as you know, is limited to education and Roth. This account grows tax deferred, and I think they can take it out and use it for anything, right?
They can take it out and use it for anything.
Yeah.
And they can take it out at age of majority, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Which means that it doesn't have any restrictions on it, which I honestly remember being 18, vaguely. I mean, there was a lot of chemicals. Vaguely remember that.
Got you there or got you then?
That almost didn't get me here. I seem to remember not being good with money at 18.
Okay, but Uniform Gift to Minors Act, how would this differ from that? Other than the $1,000?
It wouldn't. Other than the tax advantage.
Right, yeah.
Right, that's the only thing. But here's the thing.
Got it. But
if I was a parent or a grandparent,
yeah,
I want my kid to use this for something worthwhile. I want to kind of force that a little. And that's why I would prefer the 529. I think the 529 is still the better option. Sure, take the free grand from the government because you're going to need that, by the way, and invest it because you're going to need that money to pay the tax bill we're leaving you with. So thank you for the money. Now I can invest it to pay my own tax bill in the future. Then your parents and grandparents can contribute to your 529 because that can be used for any educational purpose.
And it can be used prior to college in many cases.
Yes, prior to college. It can be used. If you want to beat AI, folks, listen to me, all of you young people who are listening, both of you. Well, one of you is being forced to.
I talk to a lot of them. There's a lot of people in their 30s and 40s.
I'm talking under 18.
Oh, well, yeah. There's very few of those.
Okay. Yeah. I'm talking to you kids, though. This is important.
Okay.
You like AI, you're playing with it, it's going to take your job. For most of you, I believe for a lot of you going off to college, AI is going to take your job. It's just going to take it. Do something that AI can't do. Robots suck right now at anything physical. Do stuff with your hands and your brain. Hands and brain give you an advantage. Okay, go to a trade school. I can't afford carpenters and electricians and plumbers and air conditioning guys anymore. They cost, I get a guy to come out and look at my air conditioner for 8 minutes. It's $97.
Yeah, listen, I just get a guy to come out and it's twice that.
I know, getting somebody to come out, a guy or a gal, by the way, please, young women. Go
Big
into
money. the
trades.
But back to the kitty account, this fascinating piece in the Washington Post. They asked every advisor that they quoted in this article, and all of them said, no, they wouldn't add any money to this. They would do it in other ways, other types, like you said, 529, Uniform Gift to Minor Act. They wouldn't take that up.
All right, I'm going to do this again. I'm gonna get myself in trouble again.
I'm please.
Sorry.
I'm not going to do it.
No, but I am. I have to. I feel it. I'm so, and this applies universally, not just to the current situation, but I am so sick of politicians pandering to their voters with little gifts snuck into bills. But there's pandering, and then there's just blatant sucking up. And the $1,000 to parents is, along with the tip thing, that's just blatant sucking up.
What about some summer games or something? I'm sorry. Wasn't that emperor did that and kept him in the power for a while? Yeah.
Oh, you mean like gladiatorial games?
Yeah, like something like that. It'd be kind of fun. So
you mean
UFC
like Squid Games?
I don't know. All right, let's not go too far.
Well, Squid Game, very gladiatorial. It's just
true.
Only 4 rich people watched it.
We have a lot of questions, so let's see. And thank you, by the way, all of you have been writing the questions in. We love them, so we're going to get to them.
That's not what he says in the quiet of his private moments when he goes, "How are we going to get through all these questions?"
Well, we're going to. We're going to do another Q&A with Roxy coming up here soon. But here's some. So Steve writes us from Puyallup, Washington. Ron and Don. Very funny. Great show. I'm leaving my side security job soon. The 401k program is through Empower. Most of my retirement money is in my Vanguard Roth IRA. I want to roll my 401k to my Vanguard IRA account. Now, you need to be clear, Steve, on the nomenclature here, because first you said Vanguard Roth IRA, now you say Vanguard IRA. Mm-hmm. But the question still is okay. Are IRAs and Roth IRAs well protected from all creditors and lawsuits in Washington State? Or are we better off leaving 401k plans alone, even if it's a bad one?
Okay.
I looked it up, by the way.
Oh, good. I'm glad because I was just going to give a general answer. But what's the state?
They are equally protected now, IRAs and Roths, as they would be in an ERISA plan in the great state of Washington. Yeah, of course. It's probably just right in my neighborhood. Yeah. All laws are local. So you're okay moving that to the IRA or Roth, even though he says, I don't anticipate any trouble. We used to know attorneys running around writing these IRA trusts so that people really couldn't touch. The next generation wouldn't, even if they did a bankruptcy, the money couldn't be taken, which I think it can. So.
Okay. Hey, federally, traditional and Roth IRAs are protected from federal bankruptcies up to $1.5 million.
Okay.
Okay. Now, states, the states where IRAs are fully protected, according to what I can find, now Washington's not listed. So,
well, again, I typed in Washington State and I looked at the laws here. So I think I'm okay in saying that.
Let me just look here. Let's see. Are they? Anyway, let me give you the states where they are protected because we're a national audience.
Yeah.
Full protection: Florida, Texas, Arizona, Nevada, and Alaska. Then there are partial protection states, and in Washington, you're protected both inside and outside of bankruptcy. But, of course, tax liens and family law orders and all those things, they can nail you still. But it looks to me like this is becoming more of a moot point.
I think it is. I think it used to be a bigger deal, and it's not so much today.
Yeah, so I think that argument, and I thought that argument was a little spurious to begin with. It's kind of like, yes, I am going to behave really badly for the rest of my life, so I need to make sure I can keep my money because I'm stealing from other people along the way.
Yeah. Makes sense. All right, Casey writes
kind of like half the people in Florida who get to protect their houses.
I'm going to let you say that. That's true. You got the homestead thing there. Mm-hmm. Casey from Albuquerque, New Mexico says, does rebalancing our portfolio mean changing the type of stocks we hold or moving money into safer investments?
Neither.
Yes.
It means neither.
Thank you. That's good.
It means that this is the part of investing that seems to elude most of us. And you're caught in the same silly mindset that investing is this picking of products. That you just kind of haphazardly, you build a portfolio and you go, okay, I'm going to have some of A and a little B and I want a little Q and, I think I'll take some of that XYZ over there and throw that all together. And then, wait, that one went up, that one went down. I should buy a little of this one, a little of that one. No. You see, our rebalancing advice requires that you start at the same place. Everybody should start at the same place. That is with a plan, an investment portfolio plan. And that portfolio plan is based on a combination of your needs and your emotions, your comfort level. So you build a plan to start with. You go, okay, I have done all my research and I want to be 60% in stocks. I need to be 60% in stocks, 40% in bonds to meet my needs and to make it comfortable for me so I'll stay invested. Now, down the road, your equity position grows to 70%, your bonds go down to 30%. Now you become more safe because you're going to sell some of the risky stuff and put it into the less risky stuff. But a few years ago, we were actually selling bonds and buying stocks when they were in the opposite direction.
Exactly.
You also want to rebalance for growth and value. You want to rebalance for U.S. and international. When your portfolio gets out of alignment, that's the time when you rebalance.
But you're not adding new products. You're simply selling the things that have gone up and purchasing the ones that have either not gone up or gone down relative to the other.
That's no fun. I don't get to buy new stuff.
I know. And this is one of the issues that we see regularly when we get to sit down and chat with you one-on-one is, you just said it right, Don. People have a tendency to hear that new idea, that new thing, and they buy it, not realizing they already own that group of stocks in VOO or VT. I mean, there's a lot of similarities between all these funds where you end up with a lot of overlap. So that's well stated.
Speaking of the latest hot thing, Have you watched Stick on Apple TV?
No, it's there. Have you been enjoying it?
I've been enjoying it. It's one of those shows like Shrinking or
I
Ted
love
Lasso
Shrinking.
that
Yep.
it's not roll in the aisle funny, but it's sweet and it's nice and it's friendly, and Owen Wilson is just every guy. But there is an investment theme that runs throughout. There's a subplot about investing.
Oh.
And one of the characters goes into a bank to talk about investing and gets the broker in the bank and, finds out he's commissioned, all this stuff. And he's suggesting a nice, safe, diversified portfolio. And that's not what she wants to do. That is not what she wants to do.
It all crypto
something
or something?
Okay,
No.
spoiler.
What?
This is a baby spoiler. If you
Okay.
haven't watched it yet, then
Bleep. Yeah.
fast forward 30 seconds on your podcast service.
Yeah. All right.
She worked in a party store. And while she
Sin?
worked in the party store, she noticed the price of helium was rising.
Oh,
and then she
helium.
did some research because she's a smart cookie, and she found out that helium is a strategic material and it's in short supply. So she decides that she wants to invest all her money in helium.
Now, if having listened to this podcast, you know that hot air is not in short supply. It's plenty
but
of that.
Helium apparently
might
is.
be,
But
yeah.
this is the kind of thing I'm sitting here talking to the show. I'm going, no.
That's funny. All right.
broker was right.
Sharon, thank you for writing us from Long Beach, California. She says, I was using a real person with Vanguard and then switched to whatever it is they have now. And this is what they... You like that? This is whatever it is they have now. And this is what they put me in. 401k is 98% in BND and BNDX and 2% in VT and VXUS.
Excuse me?
Is
This would be, if this is a good portfolio for this person and it's based on a study of this person's risk, needs, and tolerance, then this is maybe the most risk-averse person in America, according to Vanguard.
the Roth, they put 98% in VT and VXUS and 2% in BND and BNDX. Well, okay.
Wait a minute. So now they got a 50-50 mix, basically, if
Well,
the same
but she
amounts
didn't
are in each
say
account.
the amounts. How much is in the... Oh, no, wait, she just... Okay, so there's $90,000 in the first portfolio, the 401k, and $180 in the
Okay, so
Roth.
it's a 60-40 portfolio, roughly.
And that's correct to have that more stock in the Roth, right? Because you're getting tax-free growth.
Yeah, but that much? I guess. I mean, does it matter? Again, we're back to the concept of your portfolio should be looked at as a single entity, not
Totally
as
agree.
separate
Yeah.
pieces.
Her
So,
question is,
yeah.
I feel I could do this myself. I'm wondering what I'm paying for.
Well, if there's no human, no hand-holding human, and
Whatever it
that's
is they
the
have now.
allocation,
Whatever it is they have now.
that's just a pretty lazy.
You know, no.
That is a
without
lazy
any
allocation.
planning, without any additional help, you should not be paying for that. Somebody to do that.
No,
it doesn't make sense. That, 3 index funds? No.
Yeah, if Vanguard was doing the kind of job that a real advisor would be doing, like us or any other firm
whole
like
different
ours.
thing. Yeah. No.
For example, they could do it all within Vanguard because now Vanguard has factor funds.
They do.
They have small and value and international and emerging and momentum and quality ETFs now. So they've got the same kinds of things that we would use with Avantis and Dimensional to build a portfolio.
That's true.
They could do this if they wanted to,
Yeah.
but they don't want to.
So the answer, again, for me, no.
No.
I would not pay for that. I think it doesn't make sense.
Fire them, keep the portfolio,
Whoever it
and
is,
then
whatever
rebalance
it is.
Yeah.
Fire whatever it is. Fong writes us from Ottawa.
Wait, and hold, can I come back to that for a minute? You know what the other thing that's wrong with that portfolio? It is impossible to rebalance. Impossible.
Because of the percentages.
Because of the fact that they're in 2 different accounts.
That's a
so
good
let's
point.
say you've got to reduce your equity position. Well, it's really you could do that in the Roth, but you couldn't keep them separate like that.
be hard.
You're gonna have to eventually make them look a lot like each other.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. Fong writes us from Ottawa. I don't know if this is Canada, because I know Ottawa, Canada, or California, CA.
That's Canada, sir.
Okay.
I think it's probably no. CN would be Canada, wouldn't it?
I don't know. So
Is there an Ottawa, California?
That I do not know. I did not have time to look. So, but this pretty quick question.
All right.
Hi, Don, Tom, and Roxy. And I'm looking around. I don't see her. But can you explain what's in DFAW? When I look at the funds it holds, the fund names are like Core 1 and 2. When you look at AVGE, it's very clear what the funds are and the percentage in each. In other words, DFAW is similar to AVGE. They're both global equity funds. What Fong is saying is I get clarity when I go to Avantis' website and see the percentages in each, because it's a fund of funds. It holds other funds.
Well, they're both funds of funds.
Yes, but he says you get more clarity at Avantis than you do at Dimensional.
Okay. I've never actually gone to the websites.
I have looked at Avantis' once, but I've never looked at Dimensionals.
Yeah, because if I go to Morningstar, what I get is a list of the funds that are in both, either one of them. Avantis or
so
Dimensionals.
Going to Morningstar, you can get a list of all those.
I get a list of all the funds at Morningstar, but I get the funds. I don't get any kind of a breakdown past the funds.
You don't get a percentage of each one?
Oh, I get the percentage. Yeah.
Well, that's all he's asking for.
Yeah,
so
I
you're
get
saying
both.
just go to Morningstar and type in the tickers.
Avantis.
Yeah.
So it's DFAW he wants?
That's correct. Yeah. No, that's Dimensional's fund. DFAW.
Which one does he not like?
Well, he says he can't figure out the specific fund. But they list the funds at DFAW like Core 1 and Core 2. He doesn't understand what's in Core 1 and Core 2. Which makes sense, yes.
Yeah,
So
but that's all you get from
those
them.
are specific funds. You'd have to then go
here's
back and
the
look
thing.
at that.
And you'd have to look at each one. For example, Core 2 is, let's pull up its portfolio.
This is, by the way, how Dimensional reduced. When I started working with Dimensional in 1997, I think our equity portfolio was 16 funds. They have continued to reduce the number of funds, but hold all those same stocks. That's why they have funds like Core 1 and Core 2. It holds many different asset classes rather than in the old days when they had, U.S. small cap value and U.S. small cap growth, all those individual funds. They clean that up to make it easier to manage the money.
Yeah, but Core 1 and Core 2 are very similar funds.
That I couldn't tell you. I do remember we used to use them in our portfolios.
Yeah. Let me just, I'm trying to see what the difference between the two. Core Equity 1 and Core Equity 2. They use a lot more Core Equity 2 in DFAW, a lot more. The Core Equity 2 tilts a little bit more small and a little bit more value. So Core 2 is probably the more aggressive of the two funds. But it's going to be a very, very similar overall mix between the Avantis funds, the Avantis fund, AVGE, and DFAW. It's going to be really similar.
I think it's a coin toss. I don't know that there's enough difference there to make it. And if you really wanted to hedge your bets, Fong, I guess you could put half in one, half in the other. I don't know which one will be better. Hard to know.
Yeah, what? Oh, let me just check one other thing, though. Hold on. Because DFAW, wow. Oh, no, that's DCOR. I was looking at the core fund. I was going to go, it's so cheap.
Yeah, I mean, the difference in expense ratio, again, I think is pretty slight between DFAW and AVGE.
DFAW is 0.25, and AVGE is 0.23.
Yeah. Not a lot of difference there. So, all right. Well, that gets us through a few more of the questions. How about that?
All right. We have more for the next episode, though,
Absolutely.
don't we?
You
All
betcha.
right. That's
Always.
good. Well, then we're right at 30 minutes, which means we're going to wrap up another episode of the Talking Real Money podcast. It doesn't go until it does not start.
Okay.
Until I say those last three words. And then, miraculously, the music just knows to start. I don't know how it knows that.
Some smart band you got behind you, Mr. McDonald.
And if you want to ask us questions, we want to tell you how to do it. There are several ways. We make it so easy to ask questions because our favorite part of the show is answering questions. Probably because we're lazy. It doesn't require as much prep. Kind of do them out of
the tax thing? Like
the tax thing where we both didn't do well on the test.
Not bad. Make sure you file them and pay them.
Okay, how to ask questions. Go to talkingrealmoney.com, click the contact button, then type it if you want it to go to Tom, or speak it if you want it to go to me, and that'll be on the Friday show. But the best way of all is to call us live and actually have a conversation with us on Saturday afternoon, starting at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, at the following phone number, 855-935-TALK, T-A-L-K. What are the numbers, Tom?
855-935-8255.
He likes numbers better.
Because I didn't do well on letters, I guess. I don't know.
He's not a man of letters. So go do that. And if you want to meet with a vestry advisor for free with no sales pitch.
A vestry advisor? Now you're dating yourself.
I'm flashing back. Appella advisor?
Yeah.
We merged with Appella years ago. How many years ago did we merge with Appella?
5 years here in a couple months. Yeah.
Okay.
Time flies.
Time flies. Just go to talkingrealmoney.com and click on the button that says Meet an Advisor. And
That's why you've been getting paid regularly the last 5 years.
I looked. Now I see it. It's from Appella. Yeah. Click the button that says Meet an Advisor, and then you and that advisor are going to do what, Tom? You're going to sit around and you're going to be...
not going to hit.
You're going to be talking real money.
Oh.
The opinions and views expressed on this podcast were current on the date recorded. Opinions, estimates, forecasts, and statements of financial market trends that are based on current market conditions constitute our judgment and are subject to change without notice, including any forward-looking estimates or statements which are based on certain expectations and assumptions. Although information and opinions given have been obtained from or based on sources believed to be reliable, no warranty or representation is made as to their correctness, completeness, or accuracy. Information presented on the podcast is not personalized investment advice from Rebalancing Wealth. The views and strategies described may not be suitable for everyone. This podcast does not identify all the risks, direct or indirect, or other considerations which might be material to you when entering any financial transaction. Past performance does not guarantee future results, and profitable results cannot be guaranteed. We hope you realize that the information provided on Talking Real Money is for informational, educational, and hopefully enjoyable purposes only. The podcast is not trying to get you to buy or sell any financial products or securities. Instead, the program is provided as a public service by Appella Wealth, a fee-only registered investment advisor. Please see Appella Wealth's ADV Part 2A on our website for information regarding Appella's fees and services. Appella Capital, LLC, DBA Appella Wealth, is an investment advisory firm registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission. The firm only transacts business in the states where it is properly registered or excluded or exempt from registration requirements. Registration with the SEC or any state securities authority does not imply a certain level of skill or training. Appella does not provide tax or legal advice, and nothing either stated or implied here should be inferred as providing such advice. Thanks for listening, and please visit talkingrealmoney.com for more information and important disclosure related to performance of any specific index or fund quoted in this podcast. And the lawyers get richer.